Hello there and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're making this beautiful bubu or abaya that you can see me putting on here. If this looks like what you would love to learn or make for yourself, keep on watching. We'll be making use of a freehand cutting, and if you are here to subscribe, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Let's dive into the video. You'll be needing your sewing thread. You'll be needing this to design it. I think it is called feathers, but I'm not too sure. You also be needing your fabric. So I made use of 3 yards of a crepe fabric. Okay, so like I said, I made use of 3 yards. So what I have here is 2.5 yards. It is folded into two like this, and I'll further fold it into 4. So I'm going to fold this off camera and show you guys. So this is what I mean by into 4. So this part is folded while this part has an opening, right, as you can see. So it is folded into 4 already. So what I'll be doing now is to draw out a starting line. So after drawing out the starting line on this folded edge, that's where we'll be taking our measurement from. The first measurement we'll be working with is the shoulder, the neck width of 3 inches, okay, and then a neck depth of 1.5 inches, and I connect it into a round neckline. Okay, so this neckline depends on what you want. Okay, so from here I also mark the shoulder, and then from the shoulder I'll measure how long the sleeve area would be, because it's a cut together dress. Okay, so after doing that, on this side come down by 1 inch for your shoulder slope and connect it into the neckline, just the way you see me doing. So you can use 1 inch for your neck depth. Okay, so this neckline is for the back piece, and then next I'll be doing is to determine how long or wide I want my sleeve to be. I used 9 inches, and then this 9 inches I'll just draw it into a straight line, okay, to this other side. After drawing it, this is what it is looking like. Now I'll come to the bottom of this dress. The dress length is 60 inches, so I'll come to the bottom, and on this bottom I'm using the whole fabric as the length. So what I'll do now is to mark my hip circumference measurement, which is 9 inches. Okay, and then I'm going to add additional 5 inch. Okay, so this depends on how wide or how free you want this dress to look on you. So from here, so I'll measure what I have here. Okay, so I have 14 inches, so I'm going to take this 14 inches all the way to the top of this dress basically. Okay, so if you don't want your neckline that deep like mine, then for the back piece you should use 1 inch instead of 1.5 inches. Okay, so I just connected it all the way to the top, just like this. So now I'm going to come down by 3 inches here, and then on this other side I'm going to mark 3 inches. So I'll connect it just to get a my armhole curve. Okay, a uniform armhole curve. So this is what I have. Okay, can you see? So after doing that, this is basically it for the drafting. We'll just cut this out now. So the larger your cap, the more fabric you'll be needing. I hope you understand. Okay, so if you want your cap very wide, then you'll be needing more fabric. Okay, so this is what I have. So I'm going to remove one piece. I'll separate the back piece from the front piece, and that is what I am doing. So after doing that, I just joined this one together. So this is, we'll use this to create the front. Okay, so on this line here, this tip from here, I'm going to come down by 4 inches. If you're on a larger size, you can use 5 inches, and then I'll connect it into a square. Okay, so I'll just connect it like a square or rectangle, just like this, and then I'm going to just draw the neckline. Okay, so this is what I have. Can you see? Okay, so after doing that, what I'll do next is simple. Okay, so just be listening to the explanation so that you don't make mistake. So I'll go in by half inch from this line that I have here, okay, by half inch. Can you see? After marking the half inch from that same line, I'll come down by 4 inches again, like this. So I'm going to just connect the half inch to meet that 4 inches mark in a slanted way. Okay, so it will be slanted because I went in by half inch. Okay, so it will be slanted just like this. Now I'm going to carefully cut this out, so just watch how I will be cutting this out. Okay, so after cutting it out, before we open it up to see what it is looking like, what I'll do is to bring another piece. So we need to cut a facing for it. So this is the piece I'll use. So just cut out any piece, but what I have here for the measurement is around 7 inches, and then the width is around 4.5 inches, and it is on fold. Okay, so I'll just open this up like this. So you fold it into two, and this folded part should be facing outside. So you can see how I placed it. So you place it like that, and you make sure that you have 1 inch at the top and then 1 inch below, at least 1 inch. Okay, so after doing that, now you trace out this your neckline. So I'll first of all trace out the top, okay, and then trace out the slanted curve that we have. So you just trace out that your half inch and to 4 inches, okay, and then you cut it out. So that's just basically what you do. So I'm going to remove it and open it up. Before I open it up, I'll just curve the bottom part because I want it to be curvy. You can make it straight if you want to. So this is what it is looking like. Okay, so what I'll do now is to bring this other one. Before then, all you need to do now, before you attach it to your fabric, you go ahead and overlock these rough edges, or you fold it, but folding it is a bit difficult because it is curved. Okay, so you can use this method, or I'll be showing you another method that you can use later on, okay, in the course of the video. So what I'm going to do now is to open this up, and you can see how it is looking like. So after you must have overlocked it, okay, you place it and stitch the V neckline. Okay, after stitching, you flip it. So I'm done stitching and I'm making notches around it, and then I'm going to just flip this. Okay, so when I flip it, it will be looking like this. Okay, it will be looking like this. Okay, but then what I'll do now is to use pins to secure this. So this is the other method that you can use. So when you flip it like so, you use your hemming gum and you secure the sides. Okay, you'll be using your hemming gum, you'll be folding the edges, and then you'll be placing your hemming gum, and then you iron it. Okay, so you can use these three methods. Whichever one works for you is fine. Okay, so that's just basically what you'll be doing for the other method. So I've used my pin to secure this for now, just so that it relaxes perfectly until they bring the light, or until I am done sewing. So that's how we're doing, is to bring back the back piece, and I'm going to place it right side facing right side, just the way you see me doing, and I'm going to stitch it by the shoulder, okay, using half inch. So after stitching it, this is what it is looking like. So before you attach the back to the front, you can design the front piece, okay, but I'll be doing mine after sewing the dress. Okay, so what I'll be doing now is to fold the sleeve areas. Okay, so I'm just going to fold it into two and then stitch it down. Okay, so you just fold it one, two, and then you just run a stitch all the way down. After doing that, this is what I have, looking so neat. Now we are going to stitch the side, and to stitch the side from here, I am just going to stitch all the way down using 1 inch. Okay, so you just stitch all the way down, and then when I get to somewhere here, I am going to stop stitching. Okay, so I'll just measure what I have. So what I have here is like 13 inches upward. So I'm going to stop, and then I'll fold the dress into two like this and stitch on it. Okay, I'm stitching on the two piece differently. So I'll stitch on this one, I'll lift it up, stitch on it, and then I'll fold this one into two and also stitch on it. So after stitching, this is how it is looking like. This will serve as the slit for the side. Do you get? Okay, so I don't want a very long slit, so you can make yours long. I also went ahead to hem the bottom part of the dress, as you can see. So you can also attach a pocket to this dress if you want to. So after doing that, ensure you make notches so that your dress relax perfectly. So after doing all of this, next you bring it out to the right side, and then this is what it is looking like. So now to create the hoodie, what we need to do is to measure the round neckline. From here, just watch what I am doing. So this is a very detailed video, and I really took my time to explain this. So you measure round the neckline just the way you see me doing. Okay, so after measuring, I got 22 inches. So yours might not be up to 22 inches. Okay, it is fine. Okay, so now ensure we drafting on this pattern paper, just ensure that you have a straight line at the beginning. Okay, like ensure your pattern paper is straight. That's what I mean. So from here, I am going to mark 1 inch. That's the first thing you'll be doing, okay, when you're using your pattern paper. So it will be easier for me to draft on this pattern paper than on the fabric. Okay, so you just mark 1 inch like this and then connect it into a straight line. After doing that, on this 1 inch mark, you measure 17 inches, but I used 18 inches. Okay, so you can use 17, you can use 18 inches, but 17 is more like a standard. So from that 17 inches, you also mark your hoodie, okay, the one we just measured, which mine was 22.5 inches. You divide it by 2 and then you add 1 inch to that. Do you get? So what I am marking here is 12.75. so that's what I marked, and then I'm going to connect it into a straight line. So after doing that, next thing we'll be doing is to come to this other side. So this same 12.75 inches that I have there, 12.75, I'm going to mark it here as well. And I'll still measure the 18 inches here as well. Okay, so we just drew something like a triangle or a rectangle. Okay, so just connect it into a straight line, and this is what we have. All right, then you come to this side, this line here, you come out by 1/2 inch. Please take note of the figures that I'm calling and also where I'm placing them. So you come out by 1/2 inch, and then you come to this other side, you go up by 4 inches. So you connect it using the curved part of your ruler, or you can use your free hand. Okay, so after connecting it, this is what we have. So next thing we'll be doing now is to come to this other side, and then from here I'll come down by 4 inches, and then on this other side I'll come down by 2 inches, and then I'll also connect together. After connecting, next I'll be doing is to use my free hand to just readjust, and then what I'll do now is, because there's a draping at the back of this cap, okay, so what I'll be doing is from these 2 inches I'll come down by 4 inches. This is the 4 inches. Okay, and then from that 4 inches mark I'll go up by 4 inches. You see why it is advisable to draft on your pattern paper, right? Then you connect it using the curved part of your ruler. So this is why I prefer drafting it out on the pattern paper, just so that if you make any mistake, you can easily adjust, before cutting it out on your fabric. So after doing this, now we'll come to this edge. Okay, and what we need to do on this edge is from this side like this, you go up by 4 inches, and then you connect it like this. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and do that. So look at the shape I have. Just make sure you don't have any sharp edge. Okay, so this is what I have. So I'm going to bring the fabric. Okay, so for the next thing, we want to measure the round neckline for the back, just the back. So this is the back, right? So I'm going to fold it into two like this. Can you see what I'm doing? And I'll just measure just the back neckline. So I got 4 1/4 inch. Okay, and that is what I am going to mark. So I'll come to this side and I'm going to mark what I got from the back neckline, the one that I just measured. This is it. After marking, what I'll do is from here I went up by 1/2 inch, so I'll connect it just the way you see me doing. Okay, so that's basically it for the drafting of this cap or hoodie. So now we'll carefully cut this out. So watch how I am cutting mine out. Okay, so after cutting it out like this, I am going to use it to cut on the fabric, and I have done that. As you can see what I have. Okay, so you stitch here from here to this side like this. Okay, I'm just showing you on the pattern paper just in case you'll be confused. So I'll remove the pattern paper now, and now we will start sewing. So I have 2 pieces for this cap here, right side facing right side. I have another piece that I'll be using for the lining. So I'm going to place it right side facing right side like this, and then I'm going to stitch on it, just what I demonstrated earlier on. So I'm going to stitch from here down to this other side. Okay, so I'm done with the 2 pieces, and this is what it is looking like. Now I'm going to open it up, ensure that my seams are flat, and then I'm going to place it right side facing right side. Right side facing right side, I'll pin, and I'll carefully pin it all the way around. So after doing that, I'll go ahead and stitch on it. Okay, so I'm going to mark it just like this. So this is where I'll be stitching on all the way to the other side. So I'll go ahead and stitch it, and I just flipped it like this for you guys to see. So I'll open this up so that you will know where you are stitching. Okay, just in case you are confused. Okay, so this side is where we will stitch from here to this side. This side here, before you stitch, you fold one of the piece by 1/2 inch upward like this. Can you see? Fold one of the piece by 1 inch upward, then you stitch all the way down. So I'm going to fold it how it was before. So this is how it was. This side is where we attach to the dress, this side. So that's not where we are stitching. We are stitching the other side. So hope you understand now. So this is the side that will be stitching down. Okay, so don't forget to fold 1/2 inch. Okay, one of the piece by 1/2 inch, and then stitch it down. So after that, I'll flip this to the right side. I'm done stitching it, and you can see that our cap is beautiful and ready. So flip it to the right side. Okay, you can use any side as your right side, and this is what I have. Now be attaching this cap to the pocket. You can go ahead and give this a very good press so that it lays perfectly. So I'll bring back the dress, and this is it. And what I'll do now is to fix it to the dress. Note that there are different ways to do this. Okay, so if you have any method that is easier for you, or you can just make use of it. There are different methods, okay, and ways to do this. So now I'm going to place it right side facing right side, okay, and the one I am placing is the cap. The side of the cap that I am placing is not the one that I folded by 1/2 inch. I hope you understand. So I'm placing it right side by right side facing the cap like this. Can you see? So I'll go ahead and pin it down, then I'll go ahead and just run a stitch all the way. So by the time you pin it down, your cap, your hoodie and your dress should be the same, okay. So you can see mine is the same, no one is bigger than the other. So now I'll go ahead and just stitch it all the way around. So after stitching it, this is it. The back is looking very neat while the inside is looking very rough. Okay, so this is what it is looking like. So I'll go ahead and close the inside of the cap. So this is what it is looking like. So what I'll do now is to fold, because I already have a fold there. Remember, I already folded it. This part is already folded, so it will be easier to continue with the folding process. So I'll just fold it on the allowance. You can either fold it on the allowance and stitch it down, that is on this stitched line that you already have, okay. You can fold it and then you pin it down and stitch it down, but for me, I'm going to stitch on top of this back stitch that I already have. I'll make sure that my hands are straight, and I'm going to first of all fold in all these ones, okay. The inside of the cap, I'll fold the edges the way you see me doing. After folding, I'll flip the cap to the wrong side, so I just zoomed it. So I'll fold it carefully, flip the cap to the wrong side, and then stitch on the stitch that I already have at the back of the cap. That's just what I will be doing for mine, and this is what it is looking like, looking so beautiful. So I'll show you the inside and the back. So this is the inside. Can you see how neat it is also looking like? Can you see? And this is the back, okay, looking neat because I stitched on the line. So guys, that's basically it for this tutorial. It is not difficult at all, but just in case you don't understand, you can leave a comment or your question. So I'll go ahead and attach this, okay. I'll just use it to design it with my needle and thread, and that's all. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.